And hello fellow tankers, SpaceBANDIT here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today I bring you my new toy, yes! What we have in front of you today is the new Polish premium heavy tank, 50 TP Prototyp. So, I've started playing this tank just recently. I bit the bullet. Actually, I bought the package of 50 TP with WOT. It wasn't a very small price to pay, but you know what? In this situation I made an exemption and I got both of them because they were on sale, and I think they were like 30% off. So overall I think I paid about 16,000 gold for both of them. I just wanted to get a head start with respect to crew training on these tanks. And again, me having Polish background, I think I'm gonna actually play all of the Polish tanks starting from tier 1, believe it or not. I'm gonna give it a try, why not? I don't usually play any tier below 5, but in this case I think I'll give it an exception. I'm gonna try to do it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pull some battles from along the grind so you guys can see what's going on there, and maybe I can have a short quick review of each tank from every tier. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about it. Anyway, 50 TP, let's concentrate on this tank today. And so far it has been very good to me. Now you have to take under consideration the fact that crew in this tank is bare bone crew. Basically there is nothing, crew with no skills pretty much. So taking that under consideration, I think this tank still performs well with bare bone crew. I think the main advantage of this tank, at least in my opinion, is the fact that it has very good gun depression. It has a solid 10 degrees of gun depression, which is absolutely fantastic when it comes to ridge fighting. So that's an excellent stat, and that combined with the fact that the turret armor is about 210 millimeters at the front. Actually, you wouldn't think 210 would be a lot, but it's deceiving because this turret, when well angled, it will bounce shells even at 300 because it is sloped in such a way that it creates this auto bounce angle. So the front of the turret is actually the effective armor. It will be about 300 millimeters when you face it up front. And it's sloped nicely as well, so when you poke from over the ridges, this tank will be extremely difficult to penetrate. Especially, well, the turret will be extremely difficult to penetrate. Although, like every tank, it does have weak spots. So the weak spot on this turret will be the turret roof, which can be overmatched pretty much by almost every tier because the roof of the turret is only about 75 millimeters at that angle, maybe sloping up to about 90 millimeters max. So if you don't see the roof of this tank, it will be hard to penetrate. Although if you do see the turret roof, I suggest that you try to focus your fire there. Obviously there's also a cupola, which is also a weak spot, but in reality you're looking at about 172 millimeters of effective armor, and the cupola is not extremely big, so it will be hard to penetrate. Although if you are aiming at the cupola and if you aim a little bit lower, then you'll be able to penetrate the roof of this tank. Now when you're facing tier 10s, obviously tier 10s will be able to penetrate even the cheeks. Any tier 10 that has penetration over 300 should be able to do that fairly easily. Now the hull on this tank is not that bad either. When you face it frontally, when you're sitting directly in front of this tank, you're looking at auto bounce angle of 320 and over. So yeah, that's quite a value. Although the machine gun port is only at about 220, 230 millimeters, so that would probably be a weak spot. So when facing this tank, probably the best way to approach it would be to concentrate fire on the machine gun port because it gives you the best chance of penetration, or the lower plate. Lower plate obviously is also a weak spot, like in any tank, and can be penetrated with guns that have 180 millimeters of penetration. Now, the gun on this thing. The biggest thing with respect to this gun is the alpha. The average alpha is advertised at 440, but what I've noticed is it really swings. Like, I've noticed swings from 360 alpha up to about 470, so quite a huge deviation there with respect to damage. But this gun packs a huge punch, guys, and it can change the complexion of the game, so beware of that gun. The penetration on this gun, again, not the greatest. We're looking at 218 millimeters of penetration on standard shells, only about 245 millimeters of penetration on the premium shells. So yeah, you will have trouble facing tier 10s, especially if you face them frontally. it may not be an easy task. So the penetration values are somewhat similar to ISM, I would say. Yeah, it does lack a little bit penetration, I would say. But still, considering the fact that this is a premium tank, can't complain too much. Now the worst thing about the gun obviously is the reload time. The rate of fire is only 4.23 rounds per minute, which sets my reload at about a little bit over 13 seconds. And my current setup is gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive and optics. As far as view range is concerned, this tank has a healthy 380 meters of view range. For a heavy tank, that's not a bad value at all. Other than that, mobility wise, it's pretty decent. It gets up to speed pretty good. Maximum speed is about 35 kilometers an hour, so it's not a speed monster, but it will get where you need to get quite quickly. As far as how to play this tank, what's the best positioning for this tank, I would say still ridge fighting would probably be your best option, even though this tank has nice wide tracks and you can somewhat side scrape in it. I think it's best in ridge fighting still. I found that people were easily penetrating me in the front hull, so I'm not sure why, but seems like tanks like T-32, the Mutant, they had no trouble penetrating me. And you will see that in a second replay that I will show you next. Anyway, I know I didn't concentrate much on this game, but I wanted to concentrate more on the tank and what it can do. Anyway, as you can see, you can make healthy amount of credits, 125k, over 4k damage. Pretty decent game. Finished top of the team. So yeah, this tank can make some money. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's move on to the next game. And next game is on map Amazon, and this time we will concentrate on the gameplay. So I think I've covered the tank enough that you guys know what to do with it. I hope my pointers will be good to you. So what we're gonna do in this game, and yeah, this is one of the old maps, really good maps, so we're gonna head down to C2 area where we can engage our opposition. Hold down. The matchmaking is very good. We are top tier in this matchup. Only 2 artilleries on each team, and it's a team distraction mode, so in this mode it's usually best if team sticks together, but in many cases people probably don't even pay attention to the mode and they still distribute as if it was 2 flag battle. So yeah, with 2 flags it's completely different. You distribute yourself. The tanks usually distribute a lot different, but with team distraction it's definitely better to stay together. Well, I guess it depends on the map as well. Like if you're on a big map, maybe it's good to distribute to both sides of the map, but on a small map it's definitely better to stick together. So you saw me trying to take the first shot at the hammer. I tried to go through the cheek of the turret. That didn't go through. Bottom plate of the hammer, no problem. Remember, standard shells, we have only 212 millimeters of penetration. So for instance, if we would be facing a Fatherland or an IS-3, good luck with that. You're gonna have to load premium shells for these guys. At 245 it should be easier. Against tier 10s and tier 9s definitely will be difficult. Tanks like Maotians, yeah, Japanese heavies, Onis, Ohos. It's going to be pain in the ass for sure. But at top tier, you're a bully. Totally a bully. So you played it up front, close and personal, get close to the opposition, use your gun depression, and make the best of it. So here basically we decided to push further. We've noticed that we are outnumbering the opposition in this area, so what we're going to try to do is climb up that little ridge area here and try to take out this IS-5. If we can clean this side, then I can concentrate fire, potentially turn back and concentrate fire of these guys coming into H7, H6 area. I don't know what this IS-5 is doing. I guess he decided to flank us. So we're gonna put a few shells into him. We're gonna aim up a shot on him here. Come on, space aim. Come on, space aim. Oh, that's I was slightly bumped by the tank on the left. That's why kind of my aim went berserk. But in reality, my aim during the last few days was pretty brutal because I haven't played the game in a while. So it's really the controller. My fingers are all over the place, man. Sausage fingers, controllers all over the place. Anyway, here we decided we clean this side. So at this point in time, our heavy tanks that are on this side in A5 and A6, they're gonna make a mistake. They're gonna keep on pushing forward, including that Tiger P on the left side, while I decided to switch attention to these guys coming into J5 because we lost the other flank, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to get some shots from this side of the field. So the game that seems relatively comfortable at this point in time is gonna turn quite sour quite quickly. And if I knew that was gonna happen, I would probably be leading the push with the other guys at B7, B8. But I wasn't expecting what was gonna happen. It's really hard to predict what's gonna happen in a game, guys. Like, anything can happen. You don't know what kind of players, what kind of teammates you have on your team. So I don't know, you can't be everywhere in every match. So I find myself sometimes trying to be everywhere in every match, try to compensate for certain things, for deficiencies in my team, but that usually doesn't work. So we're gonna try to aim at the shot on this mutant, and look at this low roll, 386. That's beyond low, and that's what I was saying. The swing with those shots, as far as alpha is concerned, is really, really high. So as you already noticed, we've lost almost everybody on the other side that was pushing through. There's only one heavy tank there. And I was telling this Tiger buddy to move back because he was all exposed sitting in front. He didn't back out fast enough from the approaching enemy. So we lost him pretty quickly. Our light tank decided to go down in the ravine together with our artillery. Basically, they killed themselves. And the tanks that were behind us all of a sudden vanished. So yeah, fantastic. It's up to Space to carry. So it's me and a Scorpion, and we're gonna try to put our best effort here, try to hold these guys and see if we can pull out the win out of this. I'm still full health, so maybe it's possible. And this was one of my first games too, so I was actually trying to get a feel for the armor of this tank. Put a nice shell into T-32 over here, trying to wiggle and make sure only my turret is sticking out. So here, something penetrates me from far away, and then T-32 penetrates me. So 2 penetrations in a span of, you know, split second basically. So the mutant that's far away, I can't see him now, you can see the shots coming from there. He's penetrated me, probably somewhere in the hole. So did the T-32. We put a big shell into T-34 and we back out. So far we're doing a good job, but see, like, the opposing artillery even relocated to the proper position, so they have really good shots at us as well. And now we're going to be flanked from behind, so this is going to be really difficult to win. Unfortunately, this shot didn't come off. If that shot came off, it would have been probably much better, because T-32 would have been out of the game. I wouldn't have to worry about him at this point. And all of the tanks are actually relatively low health, so if I can survive here a little bit longer, maybe you'll be able to take them out. So the most important thing for me right now is to take out T-32. I know I can still take a hit from the mutant once. So if I can take out the T-32... Oh, come on, Artie. So we're going to try to take out T-32. Yes, we take him out. And now we're going to have to go behind that rock in front of me. But unfortunately, because of the fallen tree, I didn't see where that rock is. And the mutant penetrates probably my lower plate or somewhere in my machine gun. I really don't know. I didn't go back to check. But it looks like, although the stats on this hole are pretty good, it looks like it's penetratable like butter. If mutant and T-32 can go through it, so can any tank at tier 9 probably and tier 10. So yeah, don't count on your whole armor in this tank. Definitely, you're gonna have to use your gun depression and your strong turret in order to engage the opposition. Anyway, we tried to do best we could, but unfortunately we weren't able to do anything more than get 4k damage and finish on top of the team. So now let's skip to the last replay of the evening. And the last game of the evening is on map Severogorsk. And what we're gonna do here, by the way, matchmaking is awesome again. I actually had some pretty decent matchmaking in this tank. I don't know if it's the wargaming thing, when a new tank comes out and you get really good matchmaking, and then later on you get really shitty matchmaking. Maybe that's what it is. So I didn't have to face actually many tier 10s. I don't even think I was in a tier 10 battle, but I bear in mind that I played only maybe 10, 15 games in this tank. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. Looks like the winter camo looks pretty nice too on this tank. Yeah, and Snorlax is online. Yeah, so what we're gonna do in this tank on this map is we're gonna head to the position C3, which is a pretty known position because for tanks that have very good depression, it's a very good access point from this side of the map. So this is what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna try to use our turret armor to the best of our advantage. And looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks, light tank and artillery coming with us. So we have pretty good crew over here. So the tank distribution looks pretty well. The other side is well covered as well, so we should be alright over here, I think. So yeah, this is the area I was talking about. You can actually climb up here very easily, and if you have a good depression, and like this tank has -10, it should hello Tiger, put a shell into his behind. Yeah, if you have a good gun depression like this tank, or anything -8, -9, this is a good place to brawl right here, because you have these guys poking out here. As you can see, this Tiger P. Yeah, we're gonna focus him a little bit, put a shot in his turret. We have quite a few customers here, so we should be able to get quite a bit of damage. We're gonna try to concentrate on these tanks here, but I'm taking a look at the T-32 on the other side now. This Type 59 put himself in a really bad spot, guys. Don't ever put yourself in this spot. Look at this shot. Bounces off the side of the KR. Yep, it hit just the bottom of the turret and just above the tracks, and that's why it bounced. It happened to me many times in this game. When the shell goes there, it's usually an auto bounce, and I've seen it on American tanks like T-34 or T-32. Hello Tiger P. You're showing me the side of your turret. You show me side of your turret for this alpha. Yeah, you gotta be careful, guys. You pay attention when this tank is in a battle, because with this alpha, like I said, it can change complexion of the game. So it looks like one of the reds is charging there on the other side. All I'm trying to do here is keep this position. And I know these guys think that they have an advantage, and this guy stops right before I take the shot. Thanks a lot. Yeah, these guys think they can run because they can see that they have advantage in numbers, but we still have a mutant on this side and myself. Tanks with pretty good armor, so it's going to be difficult for them. Here I was just testing my gun depression. I knew I wasn't be able to get it to the point where I can see the hull of T-34, like I see here, and we penetrate top of his hull very easy. T-32's hull is not very strong, so it's easily penetratable. Now here we see this Tiger P rushing, and hello, see you in the next game, maybe. And looks like the the Super Pershing wants some of it too. So yeah, we're gonna put a big shell into him. Although he turns right here, so I was holding my shot, making sure that I aim properly, and we aim in the bottom of his tank, and we easily penetrate it. We can easily overmatch the bottom of his tank. We could probably even overmatch the bottom plate, but I didn't go for the bottom plate there. Here we see the T-29. We're gonna try to track him, and he penetrates me. He takes out my gunner. So he must have penetrated the top of the turret, because that's the only way you could actually damage the gun, although I don't see the penetration mark, so I'm not sure what happened over here. Regardless, we're gonna try to come up here and finish these guys off. And at that point, I did realize that my gunner is dead, but I wanted to see how this tank performs with a dead gunner to see if it's still fairly accurate. It looked like it was fairly accurate. I took that shot. I didn't see any risk there from doing that, so that's why I was testing it. So now we fix our gunner, and we're gonna try to put a shell into this T-34 again. Hopefully we can get his top plate. Oh boy, bottom plate bounces. That's RNG right there, guys. RNG, that should have penetrated. So here we're gonna aim up at his gun port and this reload. I already wanted to shoot him back out, but this reload's so slow, I'm not used to it yet as well. So we managed to penetrate him there. And we just gonna keep this position. We're gonna hold this position. We're not gonna overexpose too much. We're gonna try to take a shot at this Gornish. We're gonna just concentrate on shooting his cupola because it's easily penetratable, and that way I'm not overexposing my tank. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm looking for a proper gun depression. There, I can see the cupola again, and we're gonna try to take him out. We're just gonna wait there until he backs up, and he backs right into our shot, and we take him out. So we managed to clean out quite nicely over here, and I managed not to lose much of my health really by doing that. The only tank that has penetrated me was the T-29, and I think he actually penetrated top of my turret, but I'm not sure. So we managed to survive this over here, but at this point I realized we lost the other side of the field. Now it looks like one of the tanks at C0, he's AFK, or if he's not AFK, he's playing. If he was AFK, I guess he would be gray, but it looks like he's not playing. Not sure why. So we're gonna try to push forward, because at this point I don't know if the opposing team actually pushed through and they're gonna push through to our base, or if they're actually turned back to defend. So we're gonna try to poke around this area here to see if there's anybody still waiting and defending the base. But yeah, we're gonna try to get around here and try to spot, but at this point I got outspotted, so I'm gonna back in, but then T-28 reveals himself by taking a shot towards me. So I took a quick snapshot, but I'm gonna try to angle here. And the game is close, so I don't really want to lose any health. Besides, I don't want to go in the open field, because if there are still guys from the opposing team sitting far out in G8 somewhere over there, you know, I can easily get taken out of the game. So I'm playing it really cautious here. So I'm gonna wait out and see if this tank destroyer shows himself again, but it looks like he backed off. That would tell me that he's there all by himself, and it looks like the mutant's thinking the same thing at the same time. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to push him, because he's probably all alone at this point in time. Although the other tanks are still not detected. Oh, now tank destroyer is detected at E9. So now I know for sure that the other two guys are probably pushing, and this guy is all by himself. So all we gotta do is make sure is take him out of the game. So here I loaded the APCR round, the premium round. I don't want to goof around here. I want to basically quickly take him out and concentrate on going back to base. So that's the idea here. Take him out and just scoot back to the base, because I was worried about getting capped out at the moment. And I really don't want to cap out. I had relatively decent game up until this point. I'm sitting at what, 4.3k damage almost. So it would be really nice to get a little bit more damage out of this game. So once these guys start capping, I thought to myself, oh no, one of those games. They're gonna cap out, and I'm not gonna get anything out of it at the end. But I decided still to keep going, and we have no choice but to head back to the base. But it looks like these guys got off the cap, so they went hunting after our artillery, which is great, because our artillery is sitting at A3, so they're gonna have to take, it's gonna be a while for them to find it. And if that's the case, it will basically detract them from going and capping. So this is actually awesome. So we're gonna try to cut through the middle because the 2 tanks left, I think they're tier 7, so I'm not really scared right now. I have a lot of hit points that I can give, and that's why you keep your hit points until the end of the game as much as you can, guys, so you can do this when you're at the end of the game. You can basically stop worrying about hiding and covering your tank and maintaining your hit points, because you can actually give them to get damage. So here we're gonna try to scoot after the Scorpion, but I see this VK-4503, so we're gonna try to aim up a shot at him, make sure we penetrate. So we're gonna fully aim and lead the shot properly. Boom, we take him out. And now we're gonna just skip towards the Scorpion. Scorpion takes out our artillery, unfortunately, but we're gonna take out the Scorpion. Boom, 481. Nice roll, very nice roll. But our friendly mutant takes him out, and that's the end of the game. Quite nice game, I must say. Quite nice game at top tier. At top tier, this tank can be really good. Can be really, really nice. But I have a feeling that's not gonna last for much longer. Look at those credits. 174, almost 175,000. Mastery ace tanker, high caliber, 5,000 damage, 1,000 assisted damage for a total of about 6k combined damage. Very nice game to cap it all off at the end of the night. We managed to put up 2076 base XP, very nice base XP. We finished on top of the team, and our friendly mutant only 612 damage. So he was acting as my piñata. Everybody was shooting him while I was shooting everybody else. We fired 18 shells. We had 18 direct hits, so we didn't miss any shots, but we only had 13 penetrations. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this run. I hope this video was informative enough so you get an idea how to play this tank or what to do with it. Don't forget to check out the guys in the description, Clone Guy 72 and Got a Dingy. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.